But standardization certainly does change the composition of milk. We've heard the saying, the cream rises to the top, because if you leave a bottle of milk in the fridge, in the morning the cream has all risen and separated itself and risen to the top. So legally milk has to have, or whole milk has to have 3.2% fat in it to be considered whole milk. But most cows produce anywhere from 3.5, 4, even 5% fat, depending on their breed and stage of lactation. So what milk factories did in the past is they decided there's no point giving away all that extra fat to the customer and not charging them for it. So they put the milk through a cream separator, and that would separate the milk. You'll have skim milk and cream, and then they would add a bit of the cream back until the skim milk had exactly 3.2% fat in it, and that was called standardized milk. So as time went on, factories decided, well, we can standardize the fat and keep the extra fat and make money from it. Why don't we do that with the protein? Because protein is valuable as well. Legally, milk has to have 3% protein in it to be called whole milk, and cows produce around 3.5% protein. So there's an extra 0.5% of protein there that essentially factories say the customers get in for free. So they developed a system to standardize the protein, but it's much more difficult because protein is much smaller than fat, and basically they developed the ultrafiltration system. So milk is passed through a membrane filter. The white water filters through the membrane, and that's called permeate. And then whatever's left in the filter, that's your fats and your proteins, that's called retentate because it's been retained. And then just like the standardization of fat, you mix the cream with the skim milk. With this you mix the retentate with the permeate. And the end result is you get a standardized protein level of 3% protein. And that extra 5% protein can go elsewhere or be put into another batch of milk. Now factories using the standardization process are able to basically stretch the milk and make it go 10% further, so they get 10% more milk. So it's profitable for factories to do that.